but there is an important thing I wanted to say, you know. Thank you again, Vex. So one thing that I wanted to say, let me first tell you that I did receive some more voice acting, so I'm going forward. After that, I have to say I was quite relieved because just it happened that the day after I woke up and I got a huge chunk of this. What? So yeah. So what I wanted to say is that some people came through and sent me the voice acting. There's still some stuff missing. With my mom, I think she's going to come here on the 5th, not the 4th, because of some on the 4th we can see each other, we can see other people, but from what she told me today, I think she's more able to go. I think she wants to bring me even some food, because moms, they want to bring some food. So she told me, maybe I should come on the 5th so I can bring you some food too. Some of the things, that because look, when the other day I made the video, I was there was so many things still kind of like, oh my god, is this going to, because sometimes when you don't get any feedback from somebody at these times, with viruses and shit like that, you start to, when you don't get any feedback, you're like, oh my god, is it because something, oh my god, is it because something serious happened? What if you lose a voice actor completely, which happened a couple of days ago, but yeah, so all those kind of like variables, I'm like, oh my god, I love this voice actor, what if something happened to him or her, and I can't have the remaining stuff that I need, it will be such a, after all that work, it will be such a terrible, such a shame, so your brain kind of does all these kind of, thought processes where you think about the worst that could happen, and in the meantime, there's, behind of you, there's this monkey on your back that is reminding you that you're already late for publishing the animation, so there's all these things. But just wanted to say, that things now are moving forward. I got some more voice acting, so I'm mounting, editing. Sorry, I always say mounting, but it's editing the sounds. So today I was like, go. I was working a lot going forward, so that's really good, But the thing that I wanted to say to you guys face to face is this one. Trust, what's up, dude? Is that I get a lot of people telling me, being very empathic, and nice to me, and saying, I'm so sorry that you felt like you were feeling down, and it's weird to have people that you don't even know face to face being so supportive and nice. At the same time, I kind of fear. I was talking about this with Ono the other day, by the way. As well, it kind of makes you like a big head, when people care about you, you feel like you're on a pedestal. So it's kind of it's like the best feeling ever, but at the same time it makes you feel like a, I don't know if I'm using the right term, like a fraud, like you're I don't know how to explain it, but because like the typical YouTuber thing, is that is this kind of platform where people can, the shitty YouTubers, the stereotypical YouTubers, they probably like they ride on the wave of, oh my god, I'm the center of the attention, and I'm look at me, like I'm feeding off of the people that me, they care about me so much. But in my case, it's kind of weird because maybe myself from 10 years ago, my old self would have been, I feel so loved, but now I almost feel awkward because I see all this love, and there's more people around the world that need love, so all this love that comes to me simply by the fact that I'm doing a cartoon, it's kind of crazy, because I'm just doing a cartoon. If you think about it, maybe the cartoon can have positive effects, that's a beautiful thing, But at the same time, it kind of puts me in a situation where I'm a little bit awkwardly, I don't know how to react about it, So it I just have to say thank you, because if I don't say thank you, it will be even worse, but it's kind of difficult for me to kind of adjust. So when you receive love is always nice, but I just hope that people that give me love also give love to people that need more, especially at this time. I don't even know if this makes any sense, but it's a difficult. I don't know if I made any sense with this thing that I said, but to finish the whole speech that I wanted to say is that these messages were also talking about depression, stuff like that, and depression. See, the thing is that I think my language barrier, the other day brought me to use the word depression. Okay, so I said, as soon as I hit the brakes on a new parody, or after the parody is out, kind of depression kind of seeps in a way. So yeah, it is true. Technically, it's true that depression, kind of creeps in a way. But the thing that I wanted to stress tonight is the fact that what I felt these couple of days was, and I'm sorry if I I didn't choose the right terminology, I guess, because of the language barrier, it was probably like a mild depression, like a sense of kind of being unease, preoccupied, anxiety, stuff like that, but the depression, the real depression, is something really serious, so me not being able, having some problems finishing a cartoon and being stressed, stuff like that, yeah, it gave me some sort of like depression. And I know what depression is, because even in my family, there's a history, from one of my relatives. There's a history of predisposition for depression. It's something really horrible, So I do know what depression feels like. But what I felt the other day was a mild sense of depression, So it wasn't really that serious. I don't want to put myself at the same level as people that are suffering very seriously about depression, because it's a serious subject. It's a serious thing, So I just wanted to say that I'm sorry if I didn't, like, nobody, what I'm trying to say, like, nobody told me, hey, you were not depressed, fuck you. No. Quite the contrary. Everybody was like, oh, dude, I know how it feels to be depressed. I'm so sorry, But at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm attracting attention to me, while in reality, I had to use the right words, So I don't know what the right words would be. Maybe mild depression, but I just don't want to downplay what real depression is, because it's much more serious. Okay, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. That said, like I said, I know what it feels to be depressed. That's for sure, because of this predisposition that I have, that many people have, and I have to say that when I feel depressed, stuff like that, I'm pretty good at springing back up, and feeling better. Either because I train myself to just think positive, so I do have that capacity, which is really good. I train my brain to just think positive and stuff, and of course all the love and support you guys give me helps me too. So yeah, I just wanted to say that, yeah, crippling depression must be a nightmare, and I can't even imagine how fucked up that is. Making cartoons is definitely not an area that, you know what I mean? Like, you can say everything about this. You can say that there's, you'll see when Sekirot is out in days from now, you'll see that there's a lot of work, of course, there's a lot of pieces coming together, and if you were in my shoes, you would, it's not easy to have control of all of this, because it's the quantity, is overwhelming, but it's a different realm, No, it's not. Because even, you know what I mean? Like, even if I don't do the animation, I'm not gonna die, I can tell you this, though. And this ties to the talk about using the right words. is that when I did the Fallout 4 parody a couple of years ago, I think it was 2016, January, I remember that really clearly. I think it was maybe like a week before completing the Fallout 4 parody. I remember that I felt it was at the time my longest parody yet, 16 minutes, maybe 18 minutes, can't remember now. I felt like this feeling. I was still, trying to complete the parody. I had so much stuff to do. Like, it was just I know that even if I didn't publish the parody, I would not have died, of course, but at that moment, the destiny of my channel, of my work as an animator, was determined by being good at completing the animation with the right timing. So I had stuff to do, and I had to do it good, and it was too much stuff to do. So even though we're talking about animations, the stakes were pretty high. Okay, so I remember that day, very clearly, where my brain was like rushing, like it was almost as if my brain was thinking about all the stuff that I had to do, and it was all these thoughts in my mind that I had to keep track of were like escaping my mind. Like, I was trying to grasp on them, but it was too much stuff. Oh my god, I need to do that and that and that and that, and this basically gave me like I started panicking. Like, it's almost like I had like a fucking Snorlax, like a boulder on my chest that was pressing on my chest, like I couldn't breathe. And that thing basically happened that at the time, that specific time, it happened, and it never happened before in my life, so it was just this very terrible, like kind of freaking out and state of, helplessness, And so what I'm trying to say is basically, I don't know if that is a panic attack. I think it is a panic attack, but how can you say that you had a panic attack if, like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe that was not a panic. Maybe that doesn't qualify as a panic attack, because a true panic attack, maybe, I don't know, you actually run out of breath and you suffocate, and you're because I was able to recover. Like I was here, and I had to stop for like an hour to just take my thoughts and calm myself down. And I remember that without even knowing, I wasn't really breathing. I was like breathing. I was like doing an apnea for minutes, and I was not even realizing, that I was not breathing. So fucking weird, So from what I see on the internet and stuff, it seems that was a panic attack, But at the same time, I'm not sure, because maybe panic attacks are way worse than that, I don't know. So I don't want, even in that situation, I don't want to say that I had a panic attack that day. It was just like this peak anxiety, like something that was crushing my chest, and I wanted to basically run away. It was just, I don't know, maybe it's a panic attack. It was horrible. That I know for certain. It was horrible. I wanted to just run away. It's quite crazy, So yeah, that happened. It was really, really bad. I hope it never happens to me again. And in the past, in my life, I had some pretty low moments of depression, that happened. So I truly know what depression is, To me, it happened specifically that time so strong that after that event, everything after felt like I was able to have control over it, because I was feeling like, oh my god, if that shit happens to me again, and I lose, my mind, and I'm like almost crying, and it fucks up your brain so much, and you have this feeling of imminent danger, crazy, you're not breathing. After that episode, basically, in difficult situation I had to live after, I was just thinking about that time, And by comparison, you know, every new challenge was easy. What was much easier to like hurdles and problems in the future felt smaller because I kind of I was able to overcome that freak out moment that I had that day, you know. And so yeah, that's it, you know. That's what I wanted to say. But I don't really know if I can call it a panic attack. Maybe it was a panic attack, but I feel like a lot of people tend to, you know, like there's a lot of, like on the internet, there's a lot of people, I think, that use these terms. And I did the same the other day. I said, you know, I felt depressed, but in reality, I was mildly depressed, you know. I was not really... There's a lot of people on the internet that I think they overuse terms that are very powerful, you know, like, oh my God, you know, for example, you know, typical is I'm starving. Really? Are you starving? There's people that don't eat, that need to ask for money on the streets to get a fucking burger at McDonald's, and that's their food for 3 days. Maybe they have also some family to feed, you know? That's the typical term, you know. But we kind of, at this point, I think people tend to say it, you know, jokingly. But there's also terms like, oh my God, dude, I had a panic attack, you know, because blah, blah, blah. And then you take the person that had the panic attack and you take another person that actually had a panic attack, and it's night and day, right? One is saying it just to get attention, you know, oh my God, I had a panic attack. And the other person actually had a panic attack and knows what it means, you know. So yeah, I feel like on the internet, especially people to get attention, they you know, they're like, oh my God, you know, I want attention to me, please, you know, care about me and stuff. But it's it's a mentality that it's very selfish, you know. So it's something that I don't wanna pursue, you know. All right, so yeah. Let's see. Oh, Helners, how's it going, Helners? Well, to be honest, now that I think about it, a similar thing happened when ooh, the fuck is that? I mean, you know, I could go on forever, guys. I could tell you of many occasions where I had some, and it's not me really, because I'm very rational, you know. So one time I was working on Daft Thoughts, you know, my Daft Punk series of cartoons, and I was with my family at my grandma's house, and I basically like started crying, like not crying like, you know, the typical crying you can imagine, but more like angry, because I oh my God, this is heavy shit, but I wanted to be with them at the table and enjoy that. It was not a Christmas lunch. It was more like a day before Christmas, something like that, you know. So I had to finish the animation, and I promised people that I was going to finish it, you know. And so all that stuff, pressure, you know. And also, you know, I was not earning money from YouTube, so to me it was not about, you know, making money on YouTube, you know. It's not even now about making money. By the time I didn't even have the monetization, so it was just that I wanted to make people happy with the animation. I wanted to finish it, you know. And so my parents basically, they were like, oh come on, why are you not, you know, staying with us and just be with us, and who cares, you know, you can do that after. And I felt like they didn't understand how much I cared about my career, you know, and the fact that it was important to me to finish that thing I was working on that was really hard to do at the time. And so yeah, the problem is that I wanted to be with my family. I wanted to enjoy the lunch, but it's not that I you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to. If I could have, you know, I would have stayed with them and enjoyed lunch and have a great time, because that's like a paradise, you know. eating good food, being with my parents, my family, and just relax, it's amazing. But the fact that I couldn't do it, because I was late, I had so much stuff to do, and for me it was more relaxing to actually go at my house, after this lunch, and make and do that and just finish it and be over with it, and then release and relax. So for me it was important to finish it, just finish it, so that I can relax. And they were not understanding that. They were like against me, like, oh, you don't understand, you need to stop to be like that. And so I cried, like I freaked out, and I did eat with my parents, but the problem is that I had to leave sooner, and they didn't understand that in reality I wanted to relax, but I could not do it because I had to do what I had to do. They didn't understand, which is very like, you don't understand, but it's true, So that was pretty shitty, When people don't understand what you feel inside, it's kind of fucked up, It's not me. I don't do that kind of stuff. I control myself all the time. So that episode was really crazy, like those kind of things that happen remain stuck in your mind for a long time. So, and many others, many others. Stuff that is not even, there's so many things, in my life that are not about cartoons, of course. Many other things. Look, animations it's nothing very important, it's entertainment, but I guess it depends on what it means to you, right? Because for you, it means so much. You can be like a doctor doing heart surgery, and you can kind of put animations and heart surgery on a scale, and objectively, the heart surgery and saving someone's lives is like 100 times more important than an animation. But if you really love doing something, you don't want to disappoint people, For you, from your perspective, it means a lot, So you're willing to do sacrifices to pursue that, So it's a matter of perspective. That said, though, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I also, putting things in perspective is always good, because somebody that is whining about, oh my god, I'm so stressed and stuff, but in reality, if he stops obsessing about something, he's not gonna die, right? So it's also silly, So sometimes I feel like I'm silly, and I should be more chill, But yeah.